This is AV SuperFriends On Topic, a 30-minute monthly roundtable focused on a single topic. This discussion will be opinionated, to the point, and saturated with our well-known blend of painfully won expertise and deeply ingrained immaturity. For December 2020, this is AV SuperFriends On Topic. Well, welcome back, everybody. This is episode 3 of the AV SuperFriends On Topic, and we're very happy to be here because this is the end of the year episode. This is going to be our Christmas episode, our Festivus episode, our Hanukkah or Kwanzaa episode. You are hearing the fantastic royalty-free Christmas music behind us. We've got Christmas lights going. Some of us are wearing Christmas-themed shirts. Some of us are not wearing shirts at all. We're just having a good time here, trying to stay light.
Village right now.
And
from the North Pole.
We have invaded Santa's village up here at the North Pole. We took all our gear up there. So this is going to be our holiday episode. So hopefully you are with people you love and doing things that are more interesting than standing on a ladder and soldering something above a ceiling. If you are doing that, then bless you, sir, because you are the ones who keep the industry rolling.
And we really appreciate that you're using us to escape your family for half an hour.
Yes. For those of you who are listening to us in order to avoid the other room where there is stuff strewn everywhere and kids are yelling and the sugar highs are wearing off, yes, then welcome aboard.
Thank you.
One quick note of self-promotion before we get into our holiday-themed show. In addition to this show that you're listening to right now with Higher Ed Media Group, we do another show, a semi-monthly show, and that is every 2 weeks or thereabouts. And that one's called AV SuperFriends Off the Rails. It's longer in format. We're not kind of beholden to our 30-minute format. It's wider ranging. We go all over the place. We generally start with a topic or two, and then it just derails from there. So head over to avsuperfriends.com. You can subscribe to that show. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you get your podcasts, we are there. If we're not there, drop us a line, let us know where we need to be, and we'll get added there too. All right, well, it's Christmas. It's Festivus. Get out your aluminum poles. It's time for the Feats of Strength. So for today's show, I think the format we've been kind of circling around, and I think we're going to go with it because it's too late to back out now, is we're just going to kind of each kind of go through and talk about what's kind of on our Christmas wish list and our holiday wish list. So this first segment, what we want to do is we're going to have everyone pitch in and explain kind of what's a product or piece of software, hardware, a process, whatever that is, something that you really like and have
Adobe
an easy
Flash.
Recommendation. It's Adobe Flash. Install that everywhere. Base your entire operating system and interface on Adobe Flash.
Just don't update.
But if somebody says, hey, I'm looking for a...
This is supposed to be a positive episode.
Positivity.
Nice today. We're going to be on the nice
If
list.
somebody comes to you, as they do all the time, and they say, hey, Larry, hey, Justin, I'm looking for an XYZ. I'm looking for one of these things. What do you recommend? There's always that one product that might come to mind immediately. Say, oh, I really like this software. Or I really like this microphone or whatever it might be. So we all got that sort of thing. So let's, what is that? What's that one thing? Or on the other hand, if you're like me and you like to take existing things and modify them more, maybe you bring up like a free product idea, like what's this thing that doesn't exist but really should, or what's something that hey, I've got this thing and it works fine, but it'd be really nice if it did this. So hey, manufacturers, here's some free product development advice for you. So let's just kind of work through that, and based on the list that we have written down on this document I'm looking at, Mark, we're going to start with you with your holiday wish list.
Why is Mark always first?
Because he's first on the...
I think we're just using the template that's in front of
Because
us.
he's first in Chris's heart.
Yeah.
Oh, is that?
Yes.
Chris has got a
No,
big
I'm
heart.
first in my heart, but I'm at the end, so...
All right.
No, it's fine. He wants to steal everything.
Go ahead, Mark.
Well, Saint Nick, I think that's in IC, as in like Nick card, Saint Nick. I was pretty good this year, I thought. My team did a pretty good job. We deployed lots of technology. But there is one thing that would have probably made things a little bit easier for us, and I've been on the lookout trying to find it. And I would really, really, really love if you could have the elves build me an HD-based T to UVC endpoint. Just kind of I could use it as an output off all my switchers I've already built around that would just enable quick UVC to a computer that may not be sitting right there next to that thing. Just one cable, drop it in, power it, and just let me have all my other audio, video tchotchkes available to my computer. Just a little box, nothing too crazy. I know the know-how's out there. The elves know it. I'm pretty sure like Rudolph could build that. It's very simple to put together. But so just, a box of those would have made a lot of my integration that happened this past fall and summer a little easier because I've already built out there. My infrastructure was there, but it doesn't exist. So could you please, I felt like I was good enough. And I should be on the good list to just build me a couple of those just to make things easier.
Just a few.
So, Mark, is that HD base T, and then on the other end just get straight USB out? Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, but not. I don't want just the base USB transport. I want the conversion, right? I want to be able to take audio and video and make it UVC compliant for me. So
that's what I mean. If you want a box, you're able to fire a Cat 5e into, and then on the other end you can break that out via USB, and then run a 65-foot passive USB cable. And then plug it in.
Yeah. But I want it to do the conversion for me too. I don't want it to just. I'm not looking for a USB extender. That's not what I'm asking for, Santa. I don't need that. I want the full encode piece of that.
Right.
I mean, audio, video.
That'd be nice.
USB, power, control, all over a category cable. It's almost like some company named Valence already does that.
It's so close. It's right there. I mean, it's low-hanging fruit.
I do. It is. I agree with you. That's now going onto my list too.
How many people were built out that would have if you just had that little widget and just I can just put it in front of my computer and all my cameras and stuff are ready to go. We'll convert it and we're just online. Let's go.
Just a little translation box, really. Just a little translation box.
Probably all of us and everybody listening is like, I can do that with these 3 devices. But you're saying, give me the simple little tiny
that costs thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the sad thing is, if it was a little tiny box, it could still cost a couple $1,000s. We probably would have paid for it.
I'll pay it. Yeah.
Here's my money.
But Santa's building this for me anyway, so I don't have to worry about paying for it.
Yeah. No.
You said rude.
Well, what about you, Jamie? You probably have some dreams of things you hope show up underneath your Christmas tree this year. Why don't you share? What are you hoping for? What did you write when you wrote your letter to Santa and shipped it off in the mail? What was on your list?
Okay, so mine's a little bit more personal, not so much professional. Although there is a blurred line in higher ed AV, right? But recently, my television blew itself up, right? Our family television, which is not surprising to me because I am notorious for dragging home shit that needs fixed, replacing the capacitors and putting it up, and knowing that. This is a short life cycle, but I paid 67 cents for it, right? Well, it finally gave up its ghost. And I only had to buy a capacitor, so it didn't cost me much at all. I just fixed it and put it together. And so it blew up. And I went out and got one of the Black Friday specials, even though it was way before Black Friday. And I was like, man, if at work, it'd just be HD base T, just click, put that RJ45 in there, put your network cable in there. I already have a switching system, again, that it was rescued out of a trash can because it needed fixed. And I'm done. Audio, video, control, everything is just there. Then my TV works. I would really like it. It would be my wish is that more consumer adoption of things like HD base T would happen. I think I wish for that because I think it would make it a more robust solution, more likely for all the manufacturers to abide by all 5 principles of HD base T, not just one, and not some weird version of it where they put their own spin on it, the Jamie version of HD base T. But I think if it was on everything, just every consumer gear, it would be better. And I also think it would make our life at work a lot easier because how many consumer TVs are you guys having to deal with? Somebody found Costco special and they call you in and say, can you put in Zoom? And I already have this 800-inch television. And you're like, I can't even pronounce the name because it's still written in Chinese. How do you want me to do this? But I think it'd make our life a little bit easier there too. So I would really like that.
Can you imagine how much money that the Geek Squad would make when they have to explain to everyone which Cat 5 goes in the network and which Cat 5 goes in the HD-based port?
Oh, just make them one.
It's just
make them
one.
one port. Just one port.
Just like projectors.
Then it'll
you
never
just plug
work.
it in.
You know what else you
plug
can
it
do
in.
is
That's-
make that port NDI enabled too. Oh,
Yeah. But make it so you have to change it and make it
Why are
really
you-
hard to get to the menu. Though.
Why are you
Yeah.
dumping
Within
on
the
me,
admin
Larry?
Settings.
Why are you
Just
dumping on
saying,
me, Larry?
I know end user because my mother-in-law lives with me, and I know the problems that old people
Look.
have with technology.
So I've got
oh, there's
my
a lot
snow-
to dissect there.
I got my snowman over here. I'm enjoying my Christmas. Larry comes over and makes it yellow. Come on, man. All right, I'm done then. If my idea is so stupid, I'm taking Mark's idea.
Jamie, I'm more concerned of where you're getting these, where these trash cans are that you're getting these 67-cent monitors and control
Seriously.
systems.
Well, I brought the monitor home from, it was, quote, broken. So it was free to me. I just had to replace the capacitor on the power supply. That was 67
No,
cents.
what was it? Was it actually broken, or did you tell them it was broken and then took it home?
That
It was
It
assessed
didn't-
as broken.
it did not power on
It was-
appropriately.
we
Whether
determined
or not
it
I
was broken,
knew.
it had to be removed.
Jamie plugged it into 220 volt right before that. It's like, oh, it blew up.
I just flipped the little
Hello,
European,
you guys, it's broken.
yeah,
the
I don't know
little
what
European
happened.
switch on the back
We're gonna
side
have to
of
throw
it
this
that-
out for you.
Yeah.
I'll give it a good home. Take
Great.
it to a farm
and,
upstate.
And now I got a
Okay,
yellow
yeah.
snowman, and I'm super fired, so I'll be using my Christmas bonus to pay off.
You get a Christmas
Debt.
bonus?
Jelly of the Month Club goes a long way.
Wow.
That's the gift that keeps on giving the whole year.
Well,
That's right,
I guess,
Clark.
Larry, if you have such a good idea, let us have it, man.
I don't actually. I have a 7-year-old, and so
All right,
right
thank you.
now I'm dealing with the conversations about things he wants that Santa can make at his workshop that don't actually exist, and that's the path I'm going to go down. Because unlike
A
most
robotic
people
puppy?
in this group, I like all-in-one boxes in standard classrooms. Like, I like that concept. But what I would really like for there to be an all-in-one box with Dante inputs and outputs on it, or just a Dante switch. That way, my nice beam tracking microphone in the ceiling can come into my main system without me having to have separate audio components. And if we're going to go all crazy, I also want it half racked so it fits in my cheapest standard classroom system.
It's half
So
rack
far,
wide, but
nobody can give
unfortunately,
me-
that's how tall it is.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
If you just
Half
if
inch
you just
wide
put
and 40 inches
if-
deep.
just put Dante on the network, you don't have any boxes.
I've already solved this problem for you. It's called a PC. Oh, it's half rack
I need
wide.
more
It's
inputs than
27 inches tall, and it does everything. Wait, that's Justin's
does.
idea. Sorry.
Larry, I was until you threw in the half rack thing. I was thinking, there's probably a product out there that does that, and started thinking about it. And then you said, I don't want a half rack. Like, "Nah."
Yeah.
So you're looking for a
even if it's full
combination
rack,
audio,
I
video
can't-
switcher, control processor, all that stuff with Dante transport, with network, with HD base T, with all the goodies. Half rack.
And
And
the
a
thing
10-inch
is,
touch
I don't care
panel?
about the control. I don't care about the control processor. I'm usually putting a keypad on the basic systems anyway, and I can get those with processors in them.
Okay.
I just
fair enough.
want a 4x2 matrix with Dante, preferably half rack.
Okay.
Maybe we'll
And some-
see some announcements soon on that. I think to your point on half rack, and we use half rack at IU a lot too. It's a great little form factor. It solves
Nobody
a lot
makes
of,
anything for it, though.
Yeah, it solves a lot of issues, but there's not enough support for it. There's, I think everybody makes one or two things for it, but not enough to really go around. I'd like to see, half rack stuff that like the standard accessories and things we don't get either. So what the heck?
Yeah, shelves
I absolutely
and-
agree. Yeah, the half rack shelves, half rack drawers. It's because you can get the half racks. There's all kinds of half rack systems, just like you said. And so I'm,
there's
I'm with
limited
you
shelves.
on
I don't know
that.
anybody who makes a drawer. That's a half rack drawer would be great, but
But if you could do that, then it would, those old style, lecterns where it was just a PC out, a standard PC tower outside. Those things fit right in. It would be great.
Well,
a lot of
even the
manufacturers
Dell
now make
Micro
specific
form
little
factor
half-rack little...
fits fine.
The
So, Justin,
Mac Mini, the
since
Dell
you wanna put
Micros,
it
they're
on
all
the
half-rack
network.
wide. Yeah.
I'm next.
Yeah.
My wish list.
Yep.
My wish list has nothing to do with the network. Wait, does it? Nope, it does
Come on,
not.
little boy.
Okay.
Step
Does it have
up.
anything to do with
Tell me what you
half-rack or
want.
HD-based?
So none of that. Mine has nothing to do with electronics. Well, this one, I got 2 examples. I'm going to save the other one for a lightning round, which you guys are going to make fun of me for, which is fine. But this
gonna
one,
do
this
it
one's
anyway.
real.
It's in the script.
Oh, I know. I'm used to it. So if anybody out there works in AutoCAD and StarDraw, it's kind of stupid to be going back and forth between them the way you do. And I'm not going to go through explaining what that process is, but AutoCAD and StarDraw are so similar, but yet just ever so different. So why doesn't StarDraw make an AutoCAD plugin that you can install to AutoCAD that does the exact same thing as StarDraw? Download all your libraries, everything's right there, because that would save, I don't know, 15, 20, 30 minutes sometimes on each schematic or project, and you add that up, that's a lot of efficiency wasted by just copy, paste, export to AutoCAD, open in AutoCAD, copy and paste in your drawing, size it right. It's a bunch of bullshit. So they need to fix it.
I think Santa has a programming team, though. He
yeah,
has a
it's
whole
just-
like DevOps team that does that. So
Yeah, those
It's-
elves are learning coding. So
It's just programming. I think this is going to happen.
it should happen.
Fix
know
it
why
in the
not.
program.
Elves can program.
Fix it in
Yeah.
the program.
So that's
Rachel,
that's
are you
my
a
2
programmer?
cents.
No, my wish list is even less high tech than Justin's. I mean, Justin's is still at least software based. Mine is not networking. It's not software. I'm all the way here in meat space thinking about my wish list for 2021. I thought a lot back when I started working from home about getting one of those pop up green screen backgrounds so I wouldn't look stupid on Zoom all the time. And I don't want
That
one
doesn't
of those
help the
anymore.
rest of us. We look stupid anyway.
Sorry, so that
Yeah,
I
that
look.
doesn't
Let me
matter.
qualify. So that I look less stupid on Zoom all the
okay.
time. Especially because I am a person who wears very fashionable gigantic glasses and a person that wears a very fashionable gigantic headset. So when I'm just using virtual background, I have this like weird halo of shit.
Did you just
caused by all the
describe?
things I'm wearing on my face?
You just described yourself as Elton John.
Yeah, I mean, basically,
You know, you did.
I know that my shirt
So
is
that's-
not visible to our podcast listeners, but it is positively Eltonian.
So you're
today.
Elton John today for Christmas. Anyway.
That's what I aspire to, basically.
Got it.
So, in order to, be my Elton Johniest, I thought about getting a portable green screen background so that, virtual backgrounds would look less dumb. But I've decided that that's not actually what I want. What I actually want is a real background, equally portable, so I can continue living that work from anywhere life. That is designed to look nice on camera, that's maybe a dark contrasting background because I am a very pale person, and that has a little bit of built-in acoustic treatment, because if I'm working from anywhere, sometimes
is a
I'm
good
working
idea.
very close to my extremely loud
like this.
children.
This
So I just-
sounds great.
You need a
just
pop-up
short
tent.
list.
It's a pop-up
Short
tent
little-
with a painted background, so the pop-up tent could have acoustic material inside.
But it needs to be just
With
three-sided,
lights.
right? It's got to be like a beach tent.
Well, it's kind
Okay,
of like
yeah, yeah.
open side to
like
let
a
in the
lean-to.
light.
no the backdrops they use for on-field sports interviews.
Yeah.
Only not giant pieces of plexiglass with. You want a sponsor on there?
Yes.
We could probably get. When I'm dumpster diving for my 67-cent TV, I could probably find one or two of those.
Yeah, I mean, basically,
Trying to set the entire Merv Griffin
I think
show.
that like the technology exists and the marketplace for it exists. So here you go, Santa, $1 million idea.
Yeah, I guess the challenge on that one.
Santa's all about monetizing everything that he makes. I mean, that's the first goal.
Secretly,
He wants to
yes.
retire sometime.
The challenge is going to be how you get something that's, like you said, small and portable or can compact down, but then also if it's acoustically treated, it wants some depth and some thickness to it. So That's going to be a
Yeah,
challenge.
that
Really
may be
thick
what
drapes.
makes it
Yeah, but
magic.
Big drapes,
Well, that's
yeah.
what I'm thinking. Is that there's got to be a soft cloth material that's sound absorptive. That
You could
can
drape
provide at
yourself in
least-
velvet.
Nice. Ooh, is that
Velvet?
velvet?
That would be very Elton John. That would be extremely on brand for me.
Well, she
Anybody
needs a
else
big
wants
goal.
some
Velvet
velvet?
smoking
Nope.
jacket.
Elton, yeah.
I don't know. It sounds like the whole
that's a
thing could
legit
just be a
product
plug-in. It might just be a plug-in, though.
Yeah,
All right.
maybe.
Well, Chris, what are you going to beat us with?
That's an interesting idea. So, I've got a whole list of stuff that's on my Christmas wish list. I'm going to run through every single one of them. So I want half rack HD base T nail. I'm kidding.
Wait,
so
it was my idea.
when this topic first came up, my thought was, oh, easy, because I was dealing with an integration that day. I want something simple. I want manufacturers to just start putting the damn MAC addresses on either the outside of the box, ideally, because that saves a lot of time, or on the outside of the device itself. Because I keep finding more and more devices now that the only way to get the MAC address is connect it to the network and see what address it pulls and get the MAC address from that, but you can't put it on the network until you have the MAC address to allow it to get put on the network. So how does that work? So that means I got to set up my own network, and I got to go in and set up my own DHCP server and sniff it backwards that way, and that's doubly annoying. And this is now entering the phase of this is annoying enough that I am actively selecting alternate manufacturers for products based on their refusal to put a sticker on the back of their device. So
I think it's. I think you're pretty desperate if you're asking Santa to make manufacturers do something.
I just want Santa to give me the stickers, and I'll put them on myself. But and I will use the well, no, better than that. I will use the model that Mark and I dealt with several years ago, where a manufacturer, I won't say who, but BenQ, made a whole bunch of projectors with the MAC address set to 000. And there was no MAC address, and that was awesome.
You just plug them into your
figure
network.
That one out.
You just plug them in. They just
Yeah,
work. Just plug them in, and they'll get an IP address.
Plug them in.
That's how.
That
all
was
of
their
them-
solution: was plug them in, and they'll get an IP address. It was like, but there's no MAC on this, so how is it getting on the network? Well, no, just
Physical
the
versus-
thing. Yeah. So I don't know if they ship ones with bad firmware, but there was a ton of those, by the way, too. So
Yeah.
department bought a
Started
whole
a
bunch of them.
recall,
That was great.
actually.
You know what would fix that?
So
HD based
I don't know, I'm
everywhere.
HD base T across the board would be great. I'm going to blast through a couple of things that I want, because what I want are things that exist and need to get modified. So in addition to a set of stickers, I want a Biamp Devio that's not made of plastic and, to Larry's point, fits in a half rack. So it needs to be about like an eighth of an inch or a quarter inch narrower to fit in a half rack, and about an eighth of an inch shorter to fit in a 1U rack space, and put all the ports on the back where
I'm
they belong.
surprised they did it
Yeah,
because they already have the manufacturing facilities and punches and they have everything.
It's so
Anyway.
close.
I had to install mine on my wall to get to all the ports, which
Well, that's just weird. So
my interior
continuing
decorator
with
didn't like
the
that.
theme of half rack. I want NVX 350 series encoders and decoders that don't have the damn wings on them, so that they fit in a half rack. I will go grind those off to make them fit in a half rack. Also put the ports all on the back where they belong. I would like a Logitech Meetup camera that doesn't have wings on it, because I don't need the microphone or the little speaker on it. I just want the awesome camera lens and the little PTZ motor. That's fantastic, but hey, you've got this weird thing below your
You're
monitor
gonna
now.
take the wings off of birds and maxi pads too? What's going on here?
Yes. So actually, that one I brought up to the product manager for that product at Infocom a couple years ago, and he was confused as to why I did that. And I was like, because I'm integrating these into systems that have better DSPs and microphones and larger systems, but the camera is fantastic. I want to use that, but not with all the rest of it. So the last one is kind of maybe to Mark's point. He mentioned the idea of this like all-in-one tiny little HD base T to UVC thing, since that's what we're doing now. And this is one that, I'm surprised we haven't seen yet. It's just weird. But where is the kind of like little camera with microphone that you can add to your Roku or to your NVIDIA Shield, to your Apple TV, and use your, if we're all working from home now, we've all got these giant monitors in our living rooms that are 45, 65, 75, 85 inches. And half of them have a little box on there, and if not, you can get those boxes for $59 or $100. Why can't I plug in a reasonable camera that could be supported, and they could even say, here's a half dozen camera models that we know are going to work with this. Get this little camera with a little microphone, plug this in, and now you can do your Zoom calls, your team calls, your whatever calls on this. You've got a big monitor, you've got nice sound, and now people can actually hear and see you. Where the heck is that? Why doesn't that exist? What the heck is going on here?
I'm going to be that guy.
Oh, I'm personally offended that there's no Zoom app on Xbox, current or the new console. Where is that?
I want to be that guy real quick and explain to me. I already know the answer because I agree with you. But last year we had all of those stupid Facebook things. What's the difference? So quickly do that for me, right? Because I know we have listeners out there saying the same thing. Well, how about that stupid FaceTime thing? Or what was it? It was Facebook, right?
Oh, the Facebook
portal.
portal thing?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
So a couple of things on
differentiate
that.
for me.
So there is Zoom clients coming to that, and there's a Google version of that. I can't remember the name of it. The Google Home that has a screen, and also the Amazon Alexa, whatever thing that has a screen.
They're all getting
those are
Zoom
all getting
anyway.
Zoom
Alexa Show.
clients. Alexa Show, thank you. Those are all getting Zoom clients. That's different in the sense where now you are saying you can participate in your work meetings on this tiny little thing with a crummy speaker that tells you what the weather is.
But
I wanna
utilize
say, look,
existing
I've got-
hardware, right?
Yeah, if I go down the hall here, I have a 75-inch 4K monitor with awesome surround sound and a very big comfy sofa that I can sit on for these terribly long Zoom meetings. Why can't I do Zoom on that? And yes, I can rig up my phone next to it or put the laptop in. I mean, it's terrible. But where's the nice little integrated, hey, go buy this box, plug this camera in, boom, done. Now, I will say that I think it's D10 is coming out with like a Zoom for home for like $400.
Yeah.
Great. Why did that take a year? Because it's actually based on another product they were already making, but then kind of pivoted that one. So kudos to them for that. But where's all the rest of these? Because it seems like it's a missing market. And like Rachel said, you got an Xbox, which is just a damn PC. Where's the Zoom app for that? And Microsoft,
Or at least the
used to have
Microsoft
Xbox
Teams.
Well, yeah, where's that? I think they have Skype because they're still Microsoft. You can tell internally is fighting that Skype for Business /Teams thing. But Microsoft used to have the little Kinect camera, which they then killed. So it's like, well, it's just weird that there's a lot of people have everyone has like half of the gear. But where's that other piece that you need? So I think if we're going to be doing work from home, if we're going to be doing UCC everywhere, why is it not using stuff I already have instead of like use this 8-inch screen or something? So that's not really much of a Christmas wish list, I guess. But these are things that came up when I was thinking about it. So,
Aaron,
all right. Well,
grievances.
last calls for Christmas wish list items. Anything else from anybody?
I'm saving the last
All right.
one for the
We have
lightning
time.
round.
Yeah, but I'm going to save it for lightning. Yeah, I'm with Justin on this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's take a quick break and then we're going to hit our lightning round.
Believe it or not, this show is actually as disciplined as we get when talking about our industry. If you'd like to hear more, let's say, unfiltered content from the AV SuperFriends, then head over to avsuperfriends.com and check out our other show, Off the Rails. Join Chris, Mark, Justin, Larry, Rachel, and I as we dig into the different aspects of higher ed AV. We'll also chat about pedagogy, swoon over the shiny new gadgets, and see what other interesting topics we pull out of the mailbag. That's Off the Rails and found on our website at avsuperfriends.com.
All right. Well, for our final little bit of holiday cheer here today, we're going to go around real quick with everybody and kind of in a lightning round format. We're going to try to keep this quick, but we'll fail miserably. And I'm basing this discussion on a question that I was asked every year by my parents, because as a kid, you start making the giant Christmas list. And the question from them was always, look, if you can only have one thing this year from Santa, what would it be? So we're gonna
Everything in the
around
Sears
and-
catalog.
There you go. I want the Sears catalog. Actually, I just want the catalog, but those don't exist anymore. For those of you listening who are younger, there used to be a store called Sears, and they used to have a thing called a catalog. Look it up. So we're going to go around real quick and just kind of like, if you can have one thing, in your from Santa and put in your Christmas stocking or whatever, what's that one thing going to be? It could be hardware, software, anything. It could be anything you want, but related to our general topic of discussion here. So, Mark, what's your one thing?
My one thing would be I would like a mix and match set of different NDI encoders and decoders so I can deploy them readily, as I'm using more of that in the broadcast world. It's easy.
Nice.
There's always that one person that says that they want world peace. Well, my version of that is I want bandwidth for every single person I'm in a Zoom call with. And I'm not looking at Jamie, but I'm not looking at Jamie when I say that.
Your bandwidth is pretty
That's a
shitty,
good one.
dude.
I want that too.
I would like better bandwidth. I called and tried to
Is
get
that
better
yours,
bandwidth,
Jamie?
and they told me no, it's not.
Jamie just wants bandwidth.
Just bandwidth, mental.
Just-
All right, Jamie,
capacity,
what's your thing?
bandwidth? Okay, so my thing, it's techno related, but not job related, right? I coach, right? I coach youth, high competitive youth sports as well. I would really like to find the little sports tracker deals. You've seen them on professionals that are economical, right? So that youth sports people who aren't paid gajillions of dollars can buy them. Since I don't have one, like the iPad or the tablet system that goes with it, because I would really like to be able to show in more data centric ways the kids, even though they're only 12 or 13, and they can see their GPS plot on the fields, and they can see that how much I've ran or how much I'm not running, so that it's not subjective, and it's not somebody just saying, hey, you're running everywhere, because they don't realize that. You can show them the graph and they say, oh, geez, I am. I would really like that. It's the nerd side of me is fascinated by the fact that this little bitty device like an Apple Watch size can do as much as it can. But God, they're so expensive. I would just like to find either that or just allow me to use Apple Watches that way that every kid already owns. But that's what I would like for Christmas. It's kind of nerdy, but it's not job nerdy.
No, Jamie, I like it. You changed mine. I was going to say that I wanted a Luma Cube because I'm vain and I want to look pretty on video conference all the time.
What is a Luma
But
Cube?
after
Do I
you-
have to look this up?
Oh,
The last time I
maybe.
looked up
It's a
something, you
little,
suggested it was not clean.
This is safe to look up for at work this time, I swear. It's
Okay.
a little portable device. You can mount it on the back of a laptop, and it's got a color temperature adjustable lighting.
Oh, okay.
And you can slap a little diffuser on the front of it so that I don't get glare on my Elton Johnian glasses. It's a neat little thing. Makes you look better on camera no matter what your environmental lighting situation is. So I was going to say that, but now I'm going
I
to
have
say
one of those
that
on a
what I
hot
really
shoe
want
right
for
here.
Christmas. Yeah. See, now I want to say what I really want for Christmas is a really solid market research subscription.
What?
Because that's the thing I always want that I don't have is like more data. Just like you're saying about your athletes, your young athletes that you work with. I want more data for my clients, but it's generally really expensive, and not everybody has the budget to afford it.
Nice.
So
So
that's
I know
my
it's
Like
version.
everybody's
Super duper
databases.
nerdy.
Just give me the login for everybody's customer database, right? And then
There you
Give me
go.
all the database. It's, mark that login as admin. You'd be surprised how many
One.
that works on.
1, 2, 3,
So
4,
exclamation
5.
point because we updated it.
That's the Panasonic method. Admin 1.
Am I
Password
up?
is password.
Is it me? Is it my turn?
It's you. Go, Justin.
All right. So y'all know my little pet project I have going on in this other room over here. I'm building a video wall. The reason why I'm building a video wall, everybody on this show knows, but some of you don't. I've always dreamed, it's a stupid dream, I don't care, to watch 4, 5, or 6 basketball games all at the same time during March Madness and just veg out and turn off my phones and just take a break. And I'm not talking about streaming the 4 window from the NCAA.com. No, I want 4 different unique games coming from 4 different devices. So I really don't want to build a video wall. So what I want is about a 5,000 to 6,000 lumen projector that's short throw, that has 4 HDMI inputs, that has an internal processor so I could split it out to one single image on HDMI 1, or have my quadrants on HDMI 1, 2, 3, and 4, and just be done with it. That's all I want. It can't be that hard to make.
I think those probably exist, but they're probably very pricey.
I haven't seen them.
It's the 4K you got a problem with.
Well,
Dell made
you'd
one,
want
but it's
4K so you
garbage.
could do independent 1080p
4
displays, right?
independent HDMIs that can all show up on the same image at the same time, like a video wall, right?
onboard processor.
So I'm going to say
That's
this
short
in all
throw
honesty.
and a laser, because I'm damned if I'm
Yeah.
replacing both.
I'm going to say this in all honesty. Check with NEC, and I'm not joking here, because NEC does this on all their LCD displays, so they may very well do it on their projectors. I don't know, though, but that
I can't find one, but I will buy it, and I will not buy the video wall if I can do that.
Well, I'm going to need that video wall then.
I just don't want an external video wall processor. I'm not buying one of those for
If
the
you
house.
order
That's
the
stupid.
parts, I promise you that I can find a reason why it's broken, and then I'll fix it.
Oh,
We're
okay.
going to assess that. Yep.
But he
Yeah. I know
won't
what
fix it
happened,
until
but-
picking it up out of a dumpster and moving it to his house.
That's right.
And installing it, and then telling you that I fixed it.
Inviting you
at my
over
new
to
video
see
wall.
it, and then
This is happening because you all know I'm building an actual wall for the video wall, so I've got to do something with it. So that's my wish.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. See, mine's my.
And I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure,
just
Justin, you
different.
want one that's actually reasonably affordable too. Not
Well,
some,
see,
like,
the video
$25,000
wall is going to cost me about
Enough.
$10,000 to $12,000 in TVs. So if I could find a projector for
You can
less
get
than
OLEDs
that,
cheaper than that.
yeah.
well, show me
All right.
at the
This is his
resolution
Christmas-
that I'm.
This is his
'Cause I've
Christmas
priced the
wish,
OLEDs
Chris.
out.
Leave him alone.
But remember, you can't take up a 100-inch TV. See, my image needs to be 100-inch diagonal or 110-inch, but I can't take a 100-inch TV up the stairs the way my stairs are built. So I have to take up 4 49s, which is
This
why
is
I have to
120
build.
right here.
And
But I
Santa,
can't.
Here's 100.
But I don't
Santa
have.
Claus just brings it down the chimney, so you're golden.
So you're saying
golden.
There's
Right.
there's environmental things to consider. So Santa Claus's magic powers are going to help.
Yes. So if we can install the Samsung wall, that would also be acceptable. But I'm not moving that son of a bitch.
Also, except we'll have an 8K LED wall. Yes.
All
Yeah.
right.
So that would be great.
I will
That'll do.
begrudgingly accept this. That's like when you get the off-brand toy at Christmas. Like, it's not what I wanted, but I'll deal
But
with it.
yeah, it's okay.
It was Darth Vader,
it'll
not
work.
Darth Vader.
It is acceptable.
Made in
All
the
right.
same
What about
factory.
you, Chris? What do you want?
So my one item that I want, also something that doesn't yet exist, but it's very close. There's a number of manufacturers who are really close on this. I want an affordable, that's the wrinkle here. I want an affordable, micro-sized or mini-sized USB-enabled multi-channel DSP. There's any number of manufacturers who make almost that. Or, you can take that and add a little box on the backside. But I even brought this up directly to a couple of manufacturers. And there's one I know of who makes exactly this, but it's also like $900, at which point, nuts to that, I'll put in a full DSP. But as we're UCCing everywhere and trying to USB enable everything, if I can get a little mini box I can plug in, run a couple of mics, a couple of audio inputs, a couple of audio outputs,
So
doesn't
it's
have
like
to have an amp on
professional
board or anything.
level DSP, not like mini DSP.
It can be mini DSP because honestly, something that size, you're going to do a few tweaks to the audio gain structure on it completely, and then you're done. And then you fire USB out the back to plug into your computer. So,
Okay.
and as everyone listening, there's like, I can do that with these three things. Yes, we can all do that with these three things. I want that in a little box, and I want it. I'm going to say affordable, and I'm going to give it a number. I want it under $400. So,
Oh,
manufacturers
that's it.
get on
Yeah.
that. You will sell them so many you will have to buy your own airline to fly them around to people who order these. But yeah, there's a number of manufacturers who it's almost there, but it doesn't quite make it. So we'll see. But anyway, that's my one thing. Either that or Red Ryder BB gun.
You'll put your eye out.
I'm glad someone got it.
All right, guys. Well, I think it's time for us to wrestle Chris to the ground. Wish a happy Festivus to the rest of us. Happy holidays, you guys. I've enjoyed this quarantine with you.
Yes.
Oh, is that still
Have a
going
happy
on?
holidays, and we'll catch you in the new year.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks for putting up with yet another episode of AV SuperFriends On Topic. You can contact us with questions, topic ideas, or general complaints at avsuperfriends.com.
Nice work, everyone. Sharp broadcast. Really good. Everyone on the floor as well. Really a lot of hustle. I liked it.
The opinions expressed by the AV SuperFriends are solely those of the individuals and do not represent their respective institutions, organizations, companies, or clients.